Hi kids! Welcome to our video lesson in Mathematics 6. My name is Sir Dan. Are you ready to learn? Let's start! Drill board time. Prepare your drill boards and identify the spatial figure that we can make using the net of figures given. Figure 1. What spatial figure can we form using this net? Figure 2. Figure 3. Figure 4. And figure 5. Time to learn. Put down your drill boards and listen to our lesson. Hi Weng and Jay, what seems to be the problem?
Sir, we have an aquarium.
We want to fill it up with water, but we don't know how much water can the aquarium hold.
Okay kids, let's help Weng and Jay find out how many cubic of water is needed to fill out the aquarium. Let's start! Before we can help Weng and Jay, we have first to identify the steps in solving word problems. In solving word problems, all we need to remember is the word STAR, or S-T-A-R. S means study, T means think, A is act, and R is rename. We're going to be using these steps in helping Weng and Jay know how much water is needed to be filled in the aquarium. Step 1 is study the problem. In step 1, we have guide questions in studying or analyzing the problem. First question is, what is asked? How much water is needed to fill the aquarium? In order for us to know how much water is needed to fill the aquarium, we need to find the volume, because the volume is the amount of space occupied inside a certain 3D object. The aquarium has a length of 10 cm, width of 3 cm, and a height of 6 cm. What spatial figure is used in the problem? The aquarium is an example of a rectangular prism. Now that we are finished with the step 1, let's move on to step 2. Step 2, after analyzing the problem, letter T stands for think, or think of a plan. In thinking of a plan, we need to answer this question. What formula should we use to find the volume of a rectangular prism? In order for us to get the volume of a rectangular prism, we need the formula volume is equals to length times width times height. Now that we're finished with step 2, we move on to step 3. The letter A stands for act on the plan. It means we can now solve the problem by showing the solution. Using the formula length times width times height, let's put the length of the aquarium, the width of the aquarium, and the height of the aquarium. Length is 10, width is 3, height is 6. We can therefore write it as 10 times 3 times 6. Let's solve first for 3 times 10. 3 times 10 is equals to 30 times 6. 30 times 6 is equals to 180. Now that we are finished with acting on the problem, Let's move on to step 4. The letter R stands for rename, or rename your final answer. Always express your answer in cubic unit. So let's go back to our solution. Our final answer is 180. But if you look at the aquarium, we are using the unit centimeter. And we multiply this unit by 3. Therefore, this will be in cubic centimeter, or with the exponent 3. Once we put the cubic unit on the answer, we can now say that the final answer is 180 cubic centimeter. Now that we are finished solving the problem of Wing and J, let's proceed to our problem number 2. The Egyptians are building a small pyramid. It has a length of 30 meters, a width of 35 meters, and a height of 50 meters. What is the volume of the pyramid? Now, using our steps star, let's move on to step 1. What is asked? We need to find the volume of the pyramid. Then, what are the facts given? The pyramid has a length of 30 meters, a width of 35 meters, and a height of 50 meters. What spatial figure is used in the problem? The figure is a pyramid. Now that we've studied the figure and the problem, let's now move on to step 2. What formula should we use to find the volume of a pyramid? In getting the volume of a pyramid, we need to use the formula 1/3 times length times width times height. Now that we have the formula, let's move on to step 3, act on the plan. Again, using the formula 1/3 times length times width times height, the pyramid has a length of 30, a width of 35, and a height of 50. Now let's solve first what's inside the parentheses. 30 times 35 times 50 is equals to 52,500. Then we multiply 52,500 by 1. The answer is 52,500 over 3. 52,500 divided by 3 is equals to 17,500. Now that we are finished acting on the problem, let's move on to step 4. Rename your final answer. Again, always express your answer in cubic unit. Going back to the pyramid uses meter as a unit. We multiplied it by 3, therefore, the final answer would be 17,500 cubic meter. We can therefore say that the volume of the pyramid is equals to 17,500 cubic meter. Problem number 3. A container with a height of 12 cm and a radius of 3 cm is needed to be filled with sand. Find the volume of the container. Using our steps. Step 1. Study the problem. What is asked? We need to find the volume of the container. What are the facts given? The container has a radius of 3 cm and a height of 6 cm. What spatial figure is used in the problem? The container is a cylinder. Therefore, in step 2, what formula should we use to find the volume of a cylinder? In order for us to get the volume of a cylinder, we need to use the formula volume is equals to pi times radius raised to 2 times height, or volume is equals to pi r squared times height. Now that we know the formula that we need to use, let's move on to step 3, act on the plan. Using the formula volume is equals to pi r squared times height, the estimated value of pi is 3.14 times the radius 3 raised to 2 times 12. Using the GEMDAS method, we need to solve first for the exponent. 3 raised to 2 is equals to 9. We can therefore rewrite it as 3.14 times 9 times 12. After solving for the exponent, let's solve for the 3.14 times 9. 3.14 times 9 is equals to 28.26 times 12. 28.26 times 12. And the answer is 339.12. Let's move on to step 4. Rename your final answer. Again, always express your answer in cubic unit. The container uses centimeter as a unit. Therefore, we need to write it as cubic centimeter. Now that we have finished with all the steps, we can now therefore say that the volume of the container is 339.12 cubic centimeter. Problem number 4. What is the volume of an ice cream cone if it has a height of 8 cm and a radius of 3 cm? Once again, using our steps in solving the problem. Step 1. Study the problem. What is asked? What is the volume of an ice cream cone? What are the facts given? The cone has a radius of 3 cm and a height of 8 cm. What spatial figure is used in the problem? The figure is a cone. Now that we have finished studying the problem, let's move on to step 2. What formula should we use to find the volume of a cone? In getting the volume of a cone, we need to use the formula. Volume is equals to 1/3 times pi times radius raised to 2 times height. Or volume is equals to 1/3 pi r squared times height. Now that we know the formula, let's act on the problem. Using the formula, volume is equals to 1/3 pi r squared height. We can now rewrite the pi r squared times height. Pi is always equals to 3.14 times 3 raised to 2 times 8. Again, using the GEMDAS method, we need to focus on the parentheses first. Once we are inside the parentheses, we need to focus first on the exponent. So 3 raised to 2 is equals to 9. We can now therefore write it as volume is equals to 1/3 times 3.14 times 9 times 8. 3.14 times 9 is equals to 28.26. Then rewrite it as volume is equals to 1/3 times 28.26 times 8. 28.26 times 8 is equals to 226.08. Then we can multiply 226.08 to 1/3. We multiply 226.08 to 1 first. Then we rewrite it as 226.08 over 3. 226.08 divided by 3 is equals to 75.36. Now that we have finished solving the problem, we have to rename our final answer, which is in step 4. Again, always express your answer in cubic unit. The cone uses a unit of centimeter. We can say that the volume is equals to 75.36 cubic centimeter. Problem number 5. A representation of a globe has a radius of 3 cm. Find the volume of the globe. Again, using our steps in solving the problem, let's study the problem first. What is asked? We need to find the volume of the globe. What are the facts given? The representation of a globe has a radius of 3 cm. What spatial figure is used in the problem? The figure is a sphere. Now that we have finished studying the problem, let's move on to step 2. Let's think of a plan. What formula should we use in finding the volume of a cone? In order for us to get the volume of a cone, we need to use the formula volume is equals to 4/3 times pi r cube. Now that we know the formula that we need to use, let's move on to step 3, act on the plan. Using the formula volume is equals to 4/3 pi r cube, pi is always equals to 3.14 times the radius, which is 3 raised to 3. We can then write it as volume is equals to 4/3 times 3.14 times 3 raised to 3. Using the GEMDAS method, we need to focus first on the parentheses. Inside the parentheses, we need to focus first on the exponent. 3 raised to 3 is equals to 27. We can then write it as volume is equals to 4/3 times 3.14 times 27. 3.14 times 27 is equals to 84.78. We can then write it as volume is equals to 4/3 times 84.78. The next thing we need to do is we need to multiply 84.78 to 4. 4 times 84.78 is equals to 339.12 over 3. We can then write it as volume is equals to 339.12 over 3. 339.12 divided by 3 is equals to 113.04. Now that we have finished solving or acting on the problem, let's proceed to step 4. Rename your final answer. Again, always express your answer in cubic unit. Our sphere uses a unit of centimeter. Therefore, we can say that its volume is equals to 113.04 cubic centimeter. Okay, Weng, Jay, based on our discussion, what have you learned?
Sir Dan, I learned to use the steps in solving word problems involving spatial figures. I learned to use STAR or study, think, act, and rename.
Okay, very good, Weng. How about you, Jay?
I just learned to use the formulas in solving pyramid, cylinder, cone, and sphere.
Very good, Jay. Activity time. Prepare your drill boards, select the letter of the correct answer, write your answers on your drill boards. Are you ready? Let's start. Question number 1. What do we call the space that is occupied inside a 3D figure? A. Radius, B. Length, C. Volume, or D. Width? You may start answering now. Boards up. The correct answer is letter C, volume. Question number 2. What is the volume of a container with a radius of 2 cm and a height of 4 cm? A. 25.12 cubic centimeter, B. 26.12 cubic centimeter, C. 27.12 cubic centimeter, and D. 28.12 cubic centimeter. You may start answering now. Boards up. The correct answer is letter A, 25.12 cubic centimeter. Question number 3. What is the volume of a pyramid with a length of 3 meters a width of 3 meters and a height of 3 meters? A. 8 cubic meter, B. 9 cubic meter, C. 10 cubic meter, or D. 11 cubic meter? You may start answering now. Boards up. The correct answer is letter B, 9 cubic meter. Question number 4. What is the volume of a sphere whose radius is 1.5 centimeter? A. 11.13 cubic centimeter, B. 12.13 cubic centimeter, C. 13.13 cubic centimeter, or D. 14.13 cubic centimeter? You may start answering now. Boards up. The correct answer is letter D, 14.13 cubic centimeter. Question number 5. A cone has 3 centimeter height and a radius of 1.5 centimeter. What is its volume? A. 7.065 cubic centimeter, B. 7.075 cubic centimeter, C. 6.065 cubic centimeter, or D. 6.075 cubic centimeter? You may start answering now. Boards up. The correct answer is A, 7.065 cubic centimeter. That's all we have for this video. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you for listening and see you on our next video. Bye!